I just took, but it's quite dark in here. I'll say that's probably why. But yeah, just make it. I just found this that I've been from ages ago, so I've just been tuning it. Probably out of tune still. It's as tuned as it's gonna get, really. But you know, whatever. Who's here? Anybody's here? Anybody here? Nobody's here. I don't know whether anybody's here. Nobody's gonna be here. Nobody's gonna be here. Maybe they'll be here, or maybe not. I don't know. I never know. What shall I do? Just amuse myself here. 'Cause nobody's gonna show. No, nobody's gonna show. Hello! Philip came. Philip was always here. Hooray for Philip, and I hope you're feeling better. I've had a cold this week, but I'm feeling better too, and I hope everyone's feeling really, really, really well, and everybody's gonna come here, and it'll be swell, and everybody will be happy, and everybody will have a lovely time, and everybody will be here. Hello, I'm well. I don't know whether I'm okay. I had a cold this week, and it's not. I had a bath and I felt wheezy, but I think it had frankincense and it had myrrh in it and it had CBD oil as well, which was a lot cheaper than the one that my mother got scammed in, but it was very nice and it was refreshing, and I think it cleared my lungs. So now I'm feeling much better. Not perfect, but much better. But I'm very annoyed that I got a cold from being on the coach from Wales. But, you know, hopefully by tomorrow it'll all be good. It'll all be fine. It'll all be wonderful. And everybody will be happy again. If I was ever happy. But never mind. Buffering. Is it buffering? I'm so far that not very good. Is it? Am I still here? Am I here? Am I ever here? I'm back now. Yeah. There's patches of internet in this room, but they're not really very helpful. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, Philip. You know what you're going to do with your life? Probably drink a bit of whiskey and have a think, which sounds like a good way to live your life. But I don't know what I'm going to do because I've got nothing left. I'm very, very, very confused about what's next. I was trying to work out how much pension I'll have when I'm old, and that'll not be a lot, especially since, no, I've got no, yeah, well, long-term plans, are they overrated or not? I don't know whether I've got any long-term plans. Long-term plan is to be just sort of be here and thinking about it for a bit longer. So, I don't know what's happening. I just because I don't really want to go back to schools. I don't think it's safe in schools. They've stopped all of the restrictions. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's just no end to it, really. So I don't really think it's safe for the next couple of months, and I don't really want to do that anymore. Anyway, I'm fed up of it. I'm fed up of being treated like. Not cattle, not chattel, just, yeah, like it didn't matter. And I think I do matter a little bit, but you have to forget about that and do your job, which is fine. And it's good to just do your job and be selfless. But exactly, taken for granted. I think that's a good point. I think it feels like I was. And I was trying to be like, put a good spin on it, but it did feel like that, to be honest. Hello, Terry, have a good evening. It did feel like that. I don't know what to do. And everyone's like, oh, you should do this and you should do that. It's like, no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to have a rest for a bit, especially this week when I'm still getting over this cold. And I'm still feeling my tooth is going weird. My teeth they're moving. They're definitely moving. I'm sorry, I'm going on about this. It's been a month. They've moved. It's not a bad thing, maybe. But when I smile like this, you could just see the gap, just the edge of the gap. But now I'm smiling like that, bigger, and my teeth have moved across a little bit, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a weird thing because my teeth are constantly moving because I've got 2 wisdom teeth that are really stuck in the back and they're pushing their way down, and all these wonky teeth. I thought I had really, really narrow, tiny sort of stick-like teeth. and they were all wonky. But because they started to straighten out, hello Bohem, because they've started to straighten out a little bit, they've got bigger. So these teeth here that I thought were very narrow and very narrow at the back are just ever so slightly, incrementally, started to get bigger. Which, I mean, ideally they would fill the gap. They're not going to fill the gap, but they're definitely, because I had a little bone sticking out as well. This wasn't, that's a bit much. It's not, it just felt like it was a bit, and it's sort of, where it was seems to be further across, but it's not further across. What it is the tooth is sort of slid into place and it's not feeling so sticky outy anymore, which I suppose is a good thing, but I'm very, very, very wary about eating anything chewy or crunchy after what happened with the corn cake and the tooth that is no more. So I'm very worried about that. But, you know, what to do with my life is the main thing. So I'm still getting over my teeth moving about and a cold and having the other thing and then losing my job and then just feeling like, what's going on? See, I'm not over this cold. It's like, it sounds like I'm being... So it's not better. I probably shouldn't speak so much now. It's like, yes, I'm fine. John Hurt again. Every time I get a cold, I sound like the war doctor. John Hurt, yes. Wow, maybe I should just put a beard on and be when they need, because they need a new war doctor, because they, you know, if they ever do a doctor replacement story, everyone's like, you should be Doctor Who. Yes, I'll be John Hurt. But I'll have to have a cold. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a constant cold. John Hurt. Yes. That's John Hurt in Alien. Did he in something about penguins as well? Yeah. He's been in a lot of things. And Quentin Crisp. That's not how Quentin Crisp. That's John Hurt. That's not John Hurt even doing Quentin Crisp. That's just me being ridiculous now. Yes. I've got Quentin Crisp hair, sort of. Yes, and I have been a life model, so I am Quentin Crisp, yes. Wisdom taken, oh, it probably did hurt, yeah. Welcome back to Wales, thank you, Terry. Oh, the noise is my, the wheezy, leezy. Oh, dearie me, I got some Fuji water in my mystery box. My mystery box the other day, I haven't got anything, this is unhygienic. I was putting it in a glass, but I mean, I'm the only person drinking it, so it's fine. Fiji water. Artisan water. Artisan water. Not artisan water. From an artisan well, not artisan water. That's a different thing altogether. I don't think there is such a thing as artisan water. I misread that entirely. Oh, artisan. From an artisan well, not an artisan well, a well where they throw down artists and craftsmen, an artisan well. That would taint the well, don't do that. John Hurt. So, I've got to think what to do next. I don't know what to do next. I don't have the slightest clue where I'm going with my life. And somebody, I think it was Jerry Lahane, if you're here, hello. Some hipster somewhere is definitely making, yes, artisanal water. Probably is. Making it out of their own. Yes, this is a horrible thing. I am imagining where they're making that water. And it's not a good picture. Anyway, Jerry Lahane, who sometimes comes and pops in, he said on Twitter that he thinks that he offered advice that he knows that I probably would snap off. If I'm asking for advice, I don't mind having advice. What I object to sometimes is when I'm just sort of venting and people go, this is what you should do, and I am exactly what you do. Somebody else I saw explained mansplaining, and I think it was a graphic designer stroke programming coder person who was explaining what mansplaining is, and it's the best mansplaining. It's like, she was a woman. The best mansplaining that I've heard. It's like when somebody knows about things, but a male person explains to them because they assume that they know better than the silly little woman. Now I don't think of myself as a silly little woman because I'm John Hurt. I'm not John Hurt, don't worry. Well, no, I don't think I will move back to Wales because, well, this is another thing this week. My dad had a car that I was hoping to make the most of. Like, he could drive me places and we could do lots of videos, like in castles and remote places, and it would be fine. Now, my father took the car out and he was giving somebody a lift, and on the way back, his brakes failed, which is a bad thing. Fortunately, because it was right where he was the top of a very big mountain. By the time the brakes failed, he was at the bottom of a mountain on a side street. So he managed to maneuver the car into a side street, and it just gently went to a halt. But unfortunately, his car was beyond repair. It would be hundreds of pounds to repair, and he didn't think it was worth it. So it's basically, I think he just went, oh, keep it or something. I don't really know the details exactly. The brakes failed and the car is not a write-off, but it's just like not worth replacing because it's quite an old car. So he doesn't have a car at the moment, but he just went, get rid of it, and thought, I'll get a new one. But now he's looked at how much second-hand cars are, and they're quite a lot of money. So he doesn't have a car at the moment. He's sort of hopeful that he will. He tried to cancel the insurance, and they tried to charge him loads of money to cancel it, and said that he could have 14 days to back out. He's like, no, but maybe he'll have another car in 14 days, but probably not because it's thousands of pounds. So if I move to Wales, there's not really any proper public transport. Sorry. When I was a child, you could basically, I could go out of my door and get a coach, a bus, just a normal bus, all the way from outside my door, really, just a minute walk away, all the way to Cardiff and various other places. Now it's gone very bad. I could probably still get to Newport, which is something, but I can't get straight to Cardiff, and it's not, and there was a bus actually from Pontypool that recently went all the way from Cardiff to Hereford. Now they've stopped that since everything happened, and I don't think the demand was high. I had considered going on that once because I went with my parents to go to Cardiff a few years ago for my mum's birthday, and on the bus back they got off and I was like, I'm going to stay on and go to Hereford, and then I changed my mind. So I've never actually taken it from Cardiff to Hereford, and now I never will because that bus doesn't exist. I think Swansea, which is further away from here, but I think Swansea got rid of 800 services in the last couple of weeks, so something like that. So there's not an awful lot of transport, and they ripped up the railways before I was born, most of them, and one of them, I do remember the last railway. I do remember the last train because I remember being on my. He like held me up and was like, "There's the last train before they get rid of it." So I did see the last train coming out of the area around it. Because I remember also visiting my gran at Christmas, and I got very, 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 very vivid memories of us coming along a very dark road and a train just above us going. Just slowly above us, and I was like, is that my imagination? But then I realised no, there was actually a train on that track. Anyway, doesn't exist anymore. So if I move to Wales, very long story. If I move to Wales, I'd never be able to go anywhere because it's just impossible. And also, I don't want to go on public transport. Knowing the situation, I went on a coach last week and I got a cold where I'm now sounding like John Hurt. So what about the train to Cardiff on the Valleys line? Well, I'd have to get to Pontypool to get that. They're one every 2 hours, something like that. And the train to Cardiff, I think it gets there. It's quite expensive. And I did check this out because I did the Wales new unsigned, what was it? The Wales Unsigned Comedian of the Year a few years ago, 2016. It's a long time ago, or 2017. I did that, and I went to Cardiff and stayed overnight because I checked out the things, and to get to Cardiff easily and then back the same night would have been impossible because all the buses stop at about 10 o'clock or something like that, and it was obviously a comedian competition. It's in the evening. They stopped at about 10, 11 o'clock, And now they don't even go as far as Pontypool, whereas that time they did. Now I would have to go to Newport, and then the coaches from Newport, the buses from Newport stop really early. Everything stops before 11 o'clock. There's not night buses or anything like that. And the trains, I thought, oh, the train, because I got one in Bridgend. I thought, I'll go to Bridgend, because I got through to the semi-finals. And I had to stay overnight there too, because I could have gone to Bridgend in the day, but then they stopped at about 9 o'clock or 9:30. So there was nothing until the next day. So really not practical if you've got anything. And especially if I wanted to do any gigs or anything like that. I really need a car. Although the Heads of the Valleys road is now open properly. I mean, it's been open for years, but there's like a new extension bit of it. And it looks very exciting. There's a place called Bryn Mawr that was on the TV with Weatherman Walking, which is a BBC Wales thing where the weatherman goes walking. And he went from a place called Bryn Mawr that's got a new bridge, an amazing new bridge, all the way to Abergavenny. So he walked. But that was, it's half an hour program. I think it probably takes more than half an hour to walk because it's a long way. Probably took like weeks to film, and he just did la 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 la, staying overnight somewhere. La 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 la. It looked like it was an easy walk, and they went up the Blorenge as well, which apparently the Blorenge, which rhymes with orange, is a big mountain that I've got videos of that. If you look at the Punch Bowl video, that's the Blorenge, and I've also got one where I go to Abergavenny Castle and I overlook the Blorenge. Anyway, the Blorenge is owned apparently by it's owned by a what's the thing where you go hang gliders, a hang glider club. So the whole mountain they bought for like £80,000 for a whole mountain, and they use it to hang glide off the top. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's nice that you can own a mountain. I don't think you can get it for that now. I'm feeling really weird. I don't think I am over this cold. I'm like, ooh, I feel very peculiar now. Very peculiar. Thank you for my 3 likes. I feel very peculiar, and I sound like John Hurt, and I feel very peculiar, and I wish I hadn't come by coach, because there was a person that was coughing and sneezing, and I was the only person. Oh, there was 2 people. Me and one other person had a mask, and everyone else was coughing and sneezing in my face, and all over the coach, and now I am dead. Dead. I'm just a ghost of a person. I don't exist. I don't think I'm dead, but I've got a cold, and I've done the test, so it's definitely cold. I've done the test, but then somebody else said that they also did the test, and they still had the thing that I'm not going to mention. So it might be the thing that I'm not going to mention again after another. It's been 27 days. So if I die on Tuesday, then I haven't died from that. I've died from something else. But if I die tomorrow, then that's the reason why. But I won't die, I hope. Grim. Well, I've just found an Angry Birds cushion on the floor. I don't know where that came from. I don't know whose it is. Is that the noise that Angry Birds makes? I haven't played it for a while, but it might be. Yes, so I'm going to be the new Doctor Who. Did I tell you? I'm not going to be the new Doctor Who. I'm already the old Doctor Who. I'm the War Doctor, the one nobody talks about it. Never played it. Oh, well, if you play it, then I'm sure that noise I made would be exactly what the Angry Bird sound like. That's exactly how the Angry Bird sounds. As it hits the green piggy wig, the green pig. It's a very grim game. Have you ever played Angry Birds? I know you haven't, Philip, but it's high up, spillage, 66, yes. Anyway. Angry Birds is you have to do the trajectory of the bird, and different birds fly in a different way. So you have to work out how much the mass of that bird is. It's a very physics game. It's a very physics-based game. It's basically a very scientific game. And then you have to do work out the trajectory in order to smash a load of boxes and things to crush some green pigs that are Maybe that's the green pig sound. I don't know what the sound I made was. It's in something in it. Possibly the green pigs make that sound, not the angry birds. So I made the... Is that a bird or is it a pig? I don't know. It's a long time since I played it. But I did play it at some point. But it's very physics-based, yes. So, I don't know. This whole thing... I know I would make it. I'd make an excellent Doctor Who. That's my next move. I'm going to be Doctor Who. I'm going to be all of them. I will be all of them. I'll study up and I can be all of the Doctor Whos, especially John Hurt. Maybe just John Hurt. I'm not sure whether I could embody any of the others. He's the only one that I have anything in common with, which is a bit disturbing, really. But only because I've got a cold at the moment. Yeah. So my point of this whole video is I don't know what to do. Apart from in Doctor Who, that could be my next move. Apart from in Doctor Who, I have got no real plans or idea of what to do next. I think maybe a petition to Parliament. If I could get 100,000 signatures, then it can be discussed in Parliament whether I should be the next Doctor Who. I wouldn't advise it. I don't think that's actually going to happen, and that might just be... That's a massive troll. That's such a trolling sort of thing to do. That would be hilarious. But I don't think it's going to happen or should happen. To be honest, don't make it happen because that would be embarrassing. And there would only be about 4 signatures at most, and most of them would be me. So don't do that. Start my own streaming service. I think you have to invest a bit of money into things for that and put effort that I don't have I don't have the energy for that sort of effort. I need to do something that's... Somebody else said, why don't you make loads of money from your writing? It's like, good plan. That's worked out well for me so far. My mum's like, why don't you write a novel? Why don't you write a really good best-selling, really money-making? It's like, yes, I know. The thing is, the sort of thing that I write, I don't think is commercially very viable. Yeah, maybe I've been a bit slippy with the veganism. I was sort of a vegan, but I'm a bit slippy, not a vegan. Slippy. I mean, I don't have dairy products and milk, and I tend not to eat. I just like what I've eaten today. It's like, oh no, no, that's definitely not vegan what I ate today. But so maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the whole problem. I've destroyed myself. That's my hope. Yes, I should probably. Yeah, I should probably be more careful about things. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. Have I considered lies and fraud? Oh yes. No, I don't think, because I'm very bad at that. I've got to be honest, Philip. That's something that I have tried in the past to very limited success, because it ends badly. If you try that, it's on a low level scale, but it does not end well. And I'm very well aware of how it ends. I think I'd read biography of Joe Orton and a biography of Stephen Fry at about the same time, and I had ideas of that I might go to Cambridge University like Stephen Fry, who did very bad things just before he went to university. And I thought, whoa, role model. Stephen Fry is not a role model. Let me tell you this. If you're a young, impressionable person, Stephen Fry, if you read his biography, don't do what Stephen Fry did, because it's not a good idea. Now, I'm not saying I did what Stephen Fry did, but he was a role model I was like considering. Let's just put it that way. Stephen Fry is a bad role model. He's very lucky. He's an example of how very terrible life decisions can sometimes work out for the best for some people who are very lucky. But I would not recommend doing any of the things that he did in his youth, because he does come from a life of... I mean, he went to a private school. I think he went to... I don't know where it is. I visited that place. I remember I visited the place the town where his private school was, public school really it is. I can't remember what it was called. It's one of the minor private public schools. But he went. He comes from a place of privilege. So the things that he did that worked out badly worked out well again because he comes from a place of privilege, basically. So don't say basically or why am I saying these words? So don't use him as a role model. Similarly, Joe Orton. Joe Orton's life ended badly. No role models. These are not good role models. And he also defaced a load of public library books. Now, I didn't do that either. But I was like, oh, is that how you be successful? You do the weird things, the terrible things that Stephen Fry did and the terrible things that Joe Orton did. And that's how you be successful. Because I'm an idiot and I didn't think, oh, well, they were successful despite the idiotic life decisions they made. I went, oh, well, they are successful because of the idiotic life decisions that they made. No, I think not. So, yes, that's true. Stephen Fry is alive still, though, Philip, although Joe Orton very much isn't. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. I think you're thinking of an episode of The Young Ones. The Young Ones is what he was. Maybe he was on University Challenge, but he was on University Challenge on The Young Ones. It's a. I can't remember what it was. Yes, he was very good in The Young Ones. I got half a mind of what he said. It's like la 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 la. That's the gist of it. But I can't remember what the person that he answers with. Anyway, I'm going to sign off a minute because I am definitely getting more John Hurt like, and my throat's hurting, and I need a rest and a sit down, and I need to think about my life and my life decisions and the terrible stupid things. You know how you think karma is following you around? I think for a lot of my life, yes, he was okay. Then he probably was. You're right then. And also Hugh Laurie was a Oxford and Cambridge boat race person. He was very good. I was going to say canoeist. That's not what the boat race is. It basically is, though. They're just in little canoes. They go like this in little canoes. That's what the Oxford and Cambridge boat race is. Yeah, I think he got a scholarship or something, Hugh Laurie. Anyway, so yeah, okay, he was on. All right, I'll take your word for it. You're right. You're probably right. I just got confused because of The Young Ones as well. So. Yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that when I got blindsided by facts. But I was a young, impressionable person that was very stupid indeed. So what Philip's, and also the whole idea of karma. Yeah, the whole idea of karma has followed me around. That I've gone, I did bad things in my youth. I'm an idiot. I will be punished, and I feel like I have been punished. My life is rubbish, isn't it? Yes, Angry Bird, it was terrible. My life is a rubbish shithole. I've gone this far in the video and I've sworn. I'm so sorry. No, I've done a bad thing. Yeah. So I think, yes, my youth was a series of unfortunate mistakes. And then, I haven't done anything. I've done nothing bad since I was about 17. Probably. Have I? Not deliberately. I've been a model citizen. But yeah, youthful follies. Bad. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm a very honest and upright and level playing person because I am very, very aware of the stupid things I did when I was a youngster. Bad. All right. Yes. Thank you very much, Philip. Thank you much, everybody. And be good and don't do bad things. And don't use people that did bad things as role models. Use people that did good things as role models. But actually don't use role models because Jimmy Somerville's a good person. Actually use Jimmy Somerville as a role model. Don't use Jimmy Savile as a role model. But lots of people did use Jimmy Savile as a role model, which is really weird because Never, ever should you have done that. And look how that worked out. Badly, 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 very badly. So don't use anybody as a role model. Just be yourself, but be a good person. Use yourself as a role model. The best you can be. And now I will definitely sign off because I'm going to lose my voice and I'll be so John hurt that it'll be unbelievable. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye. I'll see you very soon. Bye.